What's happening, everybody? It's your boy, the Vaslap. It is another episode of the South American Tour. It is episode number 8, and we got a good transfer special. The big question is, as I left you guys off last episode, if you haven't watched last episode, go watch it. I'm not going to spoil it, but the big question is, who's the transfer season for? Here we go. Hold your hats. Run that intro. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the next episode. Yep. I wasn't going to leave you guys in too much suspense. I couldn't do that to you guys. We've got a brand new club. We're moving to Uruguay and taking on Peñarol. A lot of history at this club. A lot of opportunities for us to complete our goal of winning the Libertadores. Let's have a quick look. Plenty of heated debate as Agüiris joins Bernal, leaving Rangers de Talca. Agüiris lifted the Campeonato Juegenianlinea.com trophy with Rangers de Talca in 2025 and will now be offered the chance to enhance his reputation by bringing success to his new club. Agüiris will face the pressures to bring immediate success to the Campeón de Siglo. Having stepped up from his previous standing and taking sole charge, he will hit the ground running. If he is to win over those who believe in his appointment, it's a questionable decision. Lenel Rocco was considered to be the favorite amongst the job, but obviously Vasily got the call. Talca will be looking for a new manager. Peñarol finished third in the Torneo Uruguay Copa Coca-Cola opening stage. Club Atlético Peñarol finished second overall in total. Does mean we have Libertadores trophies. We have won this competition in the past 5 times. So there is some history there for the Uruguayan, I suppose, just dominant champions over the years. They have been one of the big teams in Uruguay, usually playing a 4-4-2. We're probably going to change that up a little bit. The job is to be competitive in the league. That is the idea. That is where we're aiming for. A little bit of history of the club in recent terms, in terms of awards. You can see they haven't been on the pedestal for quite some time, coming up second on 3 occasions. It's just not where they wanted to be. Of course, this season finishing second in the overall table in the championship closing stage, finishing third after all. So that's where the finishing actually is third. Overall table means nothing. And I just realized that means we don't get Libertadores. One team qualifies for the Libertadores second round qualifying. Okay, so we will have some sort of qualification. In terms of what's happening now, we've got 23 days till the transfer market opens. That gives me 23 days to sort out everything. We do have budgets of 1.3 million, wage budget of 6,000, lower that to about 800,000. We should be in the bracket there. I've got to have a look at it. There's a youth intake coming as well. Everything happening in this moment or two. The season starts in... When does the season start? Season doesn't start till 2027, so I'm guessing January, February, the season starts. We'll see you guys in a bit. Let me go sort out the squad. Let me go see what's happening in the squad. And we'll be back in a moment to talk more about our new club. Oh, January, the transfer market is open. We've lost a lot of players. No one really in particular that is of, interest, really. Thomas Gaitan is probably the worst out of the lot that we've lost out. He has signed a regular contract with Nuevo Chicago, and also then Hannah Shiro is another player that I kind of feel like should have tried kept, but they already organized a contract with their respective loans, so they are now gone. Other players, guys like Ortoledo also goes back on loan. He doesn't want to come back. In terms of what we're going to do, though, I have mapped out a squad. We're going for this sort of tactic. It's the most that we have. Only difference is from before We're going to go with wingers on attack, and then we're also going to go with an advance forward, and then wing backs on support with ball-playing defenders and a sweeper keeper. It just seems to be the sort of the best sort of mentality to have. Very simple, pass out of defense, go fairly wide. We're not going to go, actually, we're going to go quite wide on this one. I just forgot to change that. And then play out of defense. Everything else pretty much the same. We're going to keep it to low crosses. We don't have the best. Or is it? Yeah, he's not the best in headering. 11 is our main striker. Our backup striker in Santiago Diaz. Also not really great in the air. 14 headering, actually. He's not too bad. But Morales is the backup striker, isn't he? Yeah, also 12 headering. So we don't have the best of headers, so rather keep it to low cross. And then, yeah, I kind of mapped out the squad, how we're going to be looking. Rodriguez is going to go. He has decided he wants to leave. His contract expires in 6 months' time. And with that being said, he's now going for free at the end of the season. Somewhere he requested it. He wants to leave. He wants a new challenge. And you can see a whole bunch of Brazilian teams are interested in him, trying to bring him in, as well as some of the Argentinian teams. Very good Uruguayan player. I rated him a lot. So definitely going to be looking for a new right back because he is going to be gone. He doesn't want to renew his contract. A few other players in our starting 11 whose contracts are expiring, albeit quite soon. The likes of Guzman Rodriguez here, the centre-back. Very good centre-back. We're going to be looking at signing him a little bit longer on his contract. Elsewhere, let's actually do it like this so we can actually see. He was the pick of the bunch that is potentially leaving us. Then we have a couple of backups in Silveira. He just came on loan, back on loan, but I'm going to be using him as a left winger. I think he'll be the best option in that position. Santiago Diaz, we've slightly touched on him. A decent all-round attribute type of character. Probably a good utility guy to use anywhere in the front three. Chiruti is a player I'm not going to renew his contract. I'm going to try and see and sell him. We can't really sell him because he's at end of term, so they can just get him up for free. So I'm going to have to just cut my losses. And then Nuco Morales here. Looks like he could potentially be a good young striker. But again, it's a young striker that I'm probably not going to land up signing more. I think out of these guys, Silveira, Rodriguez, and Diaz, I'm going to try and keep hold of. And then we can look at bring in some other players. From what I've had a look, we can have a maximum of 6 foreign players, 5 in the starting 11 per any game. We have 3 foreigners in the likes of Eugenio Raggio here, the Argentinian centre-back. I won't be opposed to selling him off if need be. We also have Heiner, a 31-year-old Brazilian going almost to 32, right back. He is up for sale as well. And then the last one is Moreira, who's probably the only foreigner that is actually going to start maybe a couple of games on that left-hand side for us. Yeah, but that's pretty much how the squad looks up, how it's sitting up. So you can see a couple of players needed. There's 5 players in total that are all subject. Sebastian Souza is not up for contract, but he is a player that I've marked as potential sale. The rest of the guys like Heiner and stuff like that I have mentioned. A few other players like Beraggio, I'm keeping them in the squad for now because we need depth, and I don't have that much money in the bank. We've only got 2.1 million. Probably, let's go more realistically, about 1.4 with the wage budget. So it is something we're going to have to be working on within our budget to try and get some players. Luckily, most of the South Americans, especially Uruguayans, aren't that expensive in terms of what we need. So I'll be back in a minute. I'm still going to offer out some players. I'm going to go scouting the world. And I'm going to probably progress about a week or two. The league does start in February. Official, actually 30th of January it starts. You can see this is just the first half of the season. That's why it looks so low. Literally the opening season where you play each team once. So that is what we're going for. It's the division opening stage. Yeah, and then from the opening stage, it then goes to the next round. We can have a quick look at the rules, which then goes into the INT group, which is what you see here. same thing, play another 16 games. You play 7 games, each team once. This one you play 15 games. This one you play 7 games, then you go to the finals, and then you go to the closing stage where you play the next 15 games, and then you go to the playoffs if you make it to the playoffs for the championship. It's a very complicated system. We will go through it one by one. We are coming back for some transfers. I'm going to go scour the world, have a proper in-depth look of what we really need, players that we can afford to sell, players that we've scouted. I do actually want to mention one guy that I have scouted as a centre-back that I am probably going to make an offer for. It is Maximo Heredia here. He looks like a very good centre-back. My issue is I don't know if I want to use my foreign slot on him. He is wanted by a lot of clubs, a lot of big clubs in the Prima Nacional, a lot of clubs across Chile, Peru, and Colombia as well. Like I said, I just don't know if I'm going to use one of my international slots on him. That's what I need to go check up on. Right, guys, we are back. Got some news. 4 players could be out the door in Jose Luis Rodriguez. There is one team that is end of contract, which I'm hoping he doesn't go to Huracan, because the rest of the Brazilian teams are willing to spend money on him right now. They want him right now for their season that's about to start as well. So they want him now, which we're hoping for can go there. Also, Ceruti, end of contract bid. He's had 2 bids, one from Cerro Largo in the same league as us. And then Rangers de Talca want him for $9,000. I don't know why they are going for him. I don't see him as an upgrade on either of the 2 strikers that they have. I just had a quick look at the squad as well. I just thought it was something interesting. The only players that I kind of look at in the squad that could potentially easily, slot in and into our squad currently right now is probably the left winger in Nicolas Rivera. He's probably the only one that I'm looking at, and I feel at his price of 110 to 1.1, I could probably get a little bit better. Doesn't look like they've sold anyone. The other guy that I was thinking of, maybe Rodrigo Roa, but on paper he's not that great, is he? And if you look at the rest of our team, we actually have a much better squad than what they currently have. But that is something I just thought interesting. And then Morales here, a couple of teams in him, except for the 2nd division of the Uruguay, and they want him on end of contract. I can't reject the end of contract stuff, no matter how many teams make offers. So I'm hoping he goes to one that they want an offer. In terms of us, I have shortlisted a couple of players on here. I will show you a few that I'm interested in, and I'm going to make offers right now and do the comparison and have a look and see where we sit. There's something in my eye and it's hurting me. There we go. We'll start off at the back and the back end positions. Goalkeeper Petrucci is someone that was on my shortlist. I was looking at him for Rangers back in the day, so just rescouting him. So just ignore him. First one we came up on my list was Castillo over here, the centre back, can play left, centre, and right. A very good utility player. He's the type of player that I would sign as an awesome rotation option. Not going to look at signing him right now. One player that I am looking at possibly signing, we can compare him on the right, because we need one. And this guy looks very, very good. We compare him to Rodriguez, who's currently on the right, Jose Luis Rodriguez. You can see he is better, Rodriguez, that is, but not by much. And by terms of what I can find, he seems to be the best out of the bunch. So I am going to go with Villa on this one. We are going to make an offer to sign him right now. Will it take 0? Am I going to be cheeky and just offer them $0? 34. We do have 1.42 million. That is going to be a little bit of money. So you know what? They want 60 in total. What if I give you 50 no installments? Would you take 50 no installments? They will. That's a good offer. Right, that's the first one that I had a look at. Second one, Joaquin Fernandez. Good, solid centre-back. Plays on the left-hand side. It is a position where we are looking for someone. We do have... No, we don't. We had Ika Anso there, who is going on loan. I just don't think he is good enough to be a first-team player at this stage. So we are looking for someone that could potentially be better than Anso. And I mean, if we just look at him, you can see he is miles ahead better. We are looking for 2 centre-backs to play on that left-hand side. So he is one I'm going to make an offer. He is slightly more expensive than the others. I am going to make that offer on him, though. Release clause of 400,000. We do have the money. Gustavo is another player that I do like the looks of. 18-year-old Spanish-Brazilian. And if we compare him with Fernandez here, you can actually see Gustavo is not that bad. As a backup option, I think Gustavo might be something good. I am not going to sign him yet. He's on the maybe list. Elsewhere, we've got Alan Rodriguez. Yeah, this man, as an advanced forward, looks absolutely insanely good. Currently, we've got Gonzalez in that position. And I mean, if you just compare these two, I feel like it's a bit of a no-brainer in terms of just making that offer. He is available for free at the end of his contract. How much is he worth? He's actually a free transfer. He's a free agent. He left his club. Oh, here we go. That's a no-brainer as well. Wants to be an important player. We're not going to give him any promises on players. 12,000. Okay. Don't like that release clause. We can get rid of that release clause and get rid of that percentage. And I have budgeted on most of these players getting about 14. You'll take that. Let's go for that. That is not a bad deal. Not an ideal deal, but it's not a bad one. I do like him that his fact that he's free as well does help a little bit. Brian Reina here for the left-hand side looks like a very, very good signing. Also Peruvian-Argentinian. Currently on the left side, we have Moreira over here. And I mean, obviously a little bit of an upgrade, but I don't know if it's that much of an upgrade to risk a whole entire another international player. We do have on the backup section, we've got Larzabal, who isn't that great. And I mean, in terms of foreign players, we do have 2 that are in the current squad. And if we do sign Fernandez and Maximilian, are both Uruguayan. Alex Rodriguez is also Uruguayan. I thought I saw Argentina and Uruguayan. So he's not a foreigner. So that does mean we can sign Reina, Brian Reina. I think that is a good idea. We're not going to make you vice captain. You're not going to be a defender or improve defense. I think you're a very good left winger and you don't want a lot of money. I'm going to increase that to 3 years. And you're going to accept that. You're very happy to do that. Next player on our list, another left winger. Someone that I've had a look at. He was someone that I was interested in, but the fact that he is 30 years old and on the decline, I have decided to go against him. He was between him or Reina. I looked at Reina more and liked it. Capeda over here, another left winger I looked at. Also, I feel like I've picked the right choice. And then Romero as a right winger kind of shouted to me a little bit as a free transfer from Chile, but I'm still looking a little bit more. We do have a few players that are, not really interested in coming to us. I just want to mention 2 of them. Number 1 is Ignacio Vasquez. This guy looks very, very good as a defender. It is something we're going to keep an eye on, definitely. Other one on the left back, Sasha Maric. I really like the look of them. Platense have really produced some 2 good players, especially for us, potentially to sign. He's got a release clause of 1.7 million. The chances of us signing him are a bit low. Teles Costa here, centre mid. I like the look of him. He is the type of player that I think we could actually get. Just the problem is he's not willing really to speak to us. I'm going to make an offer because he is a type of player that I really want in the squad. 6 million. I just don't have 6 million for him. And then the last player that we have, and looks like he's got no interest in joining us, is Jose Maria Herrera on that left-hand side. But I think in Reina, we have found someone. So we'll come back. We'll have a look and see what happens with these players. Of course, a lot of offers being on the table. Potentially 4 players coming in soon. We're going to wait for those to see if they've accepted those offers. We've got 2 free transfers coming up. Let's see what happens. Well, it is a bit sad, but I don't really have much affiliate to these guys. But this guy was really good, Jose Luis Rodriguez. He's going off to Corinthians for quite a substantial amount of money, which comes into our kitty. 98,000 comes in. Why only 90? Did I not look at the transfer revenue? We only keep 20% of it. Why? Why are we only keeping 20% when we're 10 million in the positive? Oh, God. All right. Well, we've sold one player. Got a whole bunch of scout reports coming in. No other news. We'll be back in a moment. I mean, as I was just scouring the nation, having a look around, I found this 18-year-old Leonardo. He looks good, doesn't he? Am I just crazy to think that he could easily fit into that deep-lying playmaker role? Like, play there. I mean, I don't really have anyone else who can play in the center mid. We've got Javier Mendez, I suppose is the best in comparison, but at 32 years old, I mean, you can see they're completely different players. They're not... Mendes isn't a deep-lying playmaker, but Leonardo is. And I like Leonardo. He's got great vision. For 18 years old, how much is he worth? Is he at 182, 1.8? How much will they give him? How much will they take him? Like, how much would they want? 550 to 700. That's not a problem. Anything between there. Okay. Let's make an offer. Let's make that offer. I'll give you the low end of the offer. He's valued at 180. I'll start off at 180. Let's see where you guys go with. They want 725 and then 650 over 2 seasons. We do have 731 in our transfer. We can adjust that a little bit for the wage, but we can't. Okay. Well, we can maybe lower this. So I'm thinking we go 400. We go 300, right? And then we increase, instead of having 6-month negotiations, we do it 12 months over 2 years with 500,000 each. Or 250,000 each. So let's make it 1 million, then it'll be 500,000 each. Is that a bit crazy? Yeah, I think it's a bit crazy. Maybe if we make it 700. I'll take that. That is not a bad offer. I think that was a very, very good offer for Leonardo. Who else are there? There's 4 more players on there. Lucas Soto. I mean, not a bad right back. Lucas here. Compared to our right back, we don't have a right back, hey? It is a position we are looking at. We do have Jean-Pierre Rosso currently in that position. I mean, Soto is better, but he is 1.1 million. I don't have 1.1 million. So there's that. Again, you don't need a left winger, right winger, blue. Not that great. Right, we're going to carry on, guys. Maybe we find something. We do have some news somewhere, someday. The team is starting to fill out a little bit. Once these signings come in, that's 4 players or 5 players now. They could all fit in somewhere into the squad and really start to bolster the squad up a little bit better. Well, guys, I've decided to just stop the video off here. I know there's still a lot more to do in the transfer market. I landed up actually recording close to about, what does it say on my laptop there? 7.5 hours worth of footage in the transfer. It's a lot of me looking at players and judging them. So I've decided to split it into 2 little parts. This will be part A, and then part B will be an actual game as well. We'll have the first game of the season. I've decided to throw that in there. That was supposed to be the next episode's game. I was going to do 3 games, but I decided to cut that into 1 game, and then the next episode after that, 2 games. So we're going to mix it up again. So if the next video looks a little bit weird in me wearing different outfits for different sections, just know I recorded these all on different days as well. Anyway, with all that being said, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hit the like button, hit subscribe, tell your friends, parents, grandparents, and lovers. Let's get to 1,000 subscribers, guys. Come on, we can do it. We can absolutely do it. I need your guys' help to do it. So thank you very much to every single one of you guys that have helped already. From now, though, your boy, the Vaslap, is out of here. Peace and chicken grease.